Welcome, Smash Heads and new viewers alike, to the second week of the 2024 regular season here in the Car Demolition League. Well, already through one half of action in this week. Of course, 20-week regular season, so we are in the early stages. But just to think about it, how quick it kind of goes. Like, this game day's done, 10% of the season's done. You know, thinking early about that kind of stuff. I don't know. You know, the whole eclipse thing with the totality thing, what percentage of the eclipse certain parts of the country would see. Anyways, yeah, no, I guess it's still fresh on my noggin after it happened yesterday. And if you watch yesterday's video, you can see footage from the eclipse that I actually recorded. I actually captured the moment we hit totality. So, pretty cool stuff. But on to some table derby. That's what this game's all about. We've got the Mexico City Jaguars, Brandon Kuma squad, on the road to do battle with Jim Hull Sr.'s San Antonio Defenders. Central Division showdown. Why hold anything back? We got a 1-0 team looking to go 2-0, and we've got an 0-1 team looking to break even at 500 here today. But of course, you gotta know the lineup. So let's start with the Jaguars. Mexico City leads the way with Solid Snake today. Following him out there will be Charizard at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be 48 hours and a 5-point gainer for Brandon Kuma's Jaguars. It'll be Inquisitor. So Mexico City kind of just barely made the playoffs last year, but hey, looking to get themselves off to that 2-0 start. To the home side, we've got the San Antonio Defenders. Leading the way for them is the rookie Red Rat. Of course, he's locked into a one-year contract because he was selected in the pre-draft. I gotta do a whole video on the rules of that pre-draft and stuff, so this way newcomers can see. At the middleman spot there, I just moved him out there. That's Green Blaze Jr. At the captain spot for the San Antonio Defenders is Indy 5 Jr. And at 5-point gainer for San Antonio today, Jim Holt Sr. has Aqua Ferrari at that 5-point gainer spot. And Renji the Collision Kitten is the one making that noise off screen. He's the league mascot. You know, he's got to cause his own sort of mayhem, and maybe he's cheering for one of these teams. Let's remove this. Let's remove the screwdriver from his possession, because this is what he's making that noise with. It's so helpful when we gotta get the coyote cam out of the top there. So, you know. So, anyways, we are gonna go on ahead and leave just the front runners on the field, ready to go here, and it is gonna be Solid Snake. And it's going to be Red Rat. Here we go. Game is on. And both cars are down right there. That was kind of weird the way Solid Snake went down. A little wobbly off the hit. But nonetheless, it's a clean flip. And we are tied at 5 to start things. So that will now bring out Charizard for the Jaguars. Green Blaze Jr. for the San Antonio Defenders. And here they go. And a good flip right there. Just like that. A good flip for Mexico City. And the Jaguars taking the lead, looking for the win here. 10-5 the score. Charizard looking to put this game away. Of course, Indy 5 Jr. trying to even things up. So here we go. And we are tied just like that. The flips are coming quicker than pancakes at a Waffle House. As this matchup continues. And we are now tied at 10. Just a few collisions. I think we're only 3 collisions into this entire game. We got a 10-10 game. And now we got the 2 captains out there. 48 hours enters the game for Mexico City. And both cars stay up on the first collision. They'll go at it a little bit more. And which of these cars is going to give way here? They'll switch sides. They'll go at it some more. Oh, 48 hours hangs on. And has a flip in return. I was about to say, man, I don't know if he wants that home side, but he made it work. Indy 5 Jr. down, and folks, the Jaguars have retaken the lead here. Score 15-10. Mexico City going for the win, of course. It is going to be San Antonio looking to force overtime here. And almost did. 48 hours barely handles the edge and handles it yet again. Aqua Ferrari is a heavier car. We will say that much about it. But Ferrari's down. As soon as I compliment him, like, hey, he's a heavy car. He's got the weight to push other cars around. Look at 48 hours over here. Still up and in the match, and that means it's over. 15-10, the final. And Brandon Kuma's Mexico City Jaguars will start the season 2 wins and no losses. San Antonio Defenders, they kind of had that feeling, hey, it's a rebuilding year, and it's looking like one. 0-2 to start things off. But I gotta say this much, this is how much the league has progressed, because in 2005, I feel like San Antonio's roster would have been great, 20 years ago, I feel like the team that they had would have been really good back then. But nonetheless, time marches on, and so do we to our next game. Of course, if the ruling on the field stands, and we do have a good flip. So coming up next, we've got Lila Geyser's Montreal Monarques on the road to do battle with the New York Empire. Northeast Division Showdown is coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we go. Second game of our second half here in week 2. That's a lot of 2s and stuff. Anyways, Northeast Division Showdown about to take place. We got Lila Geyser's Montreal Monarques on the road to take on the league-operated New York Empire. Empire, a really rough start to the season, got beat pretty bad by the Carolina Crash Cats. Here at home, they are looking to bounce back. The Montreal Monarques, not so good in the preseason, but hey, they looked pretty good on opening day, good enough to definitely get that win, which they did. And now they look to make it 2 wins in a row here and look for that 2-0 start. Now, Lila Geyser has actually established agency for her mandatory home and away games, so her next game that she would pick up lineup for would be under team owner choice. But and Brandon Kuma pretty much has done the same thing, at least with Mexico City, and he's got his lineup in for Tampa Bay later. But nonetheless, I wanted to say that because the strategy that she has basically decided to go with. So Lila Geyser's strategy for her lineup here, we'll run it down the line, and I'll tell you what it is after it's done here. So let's get a look at the lineup for the Monarques. It's going to be Red Detta leading the way for Montreal today. Following him out there, it's going to be Purple Fusion at that middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Cove Light, and at 5-point gainer, last year's MVP, that is 46 Junior at 5-point gainer. So what is special about this lineup? Well, it's going by weight, actually. She has said, well, I'm going to take my lineup. I'm going to go from the lightest car on my roster to the heaviest car on my roster. And that's basically exactly what she's done. So an interesting new type of lineup strategy. And we'll see how it pays off. I mean, the experimentation in this chess-like game that is table derby. But the response is in from the New York Empire, as you see right here. They've got Blue 512 leading the way. At the middleman spot, it's going to be Cloud Cover for the Empire. At the captain spot, the franchise, Black Bullet 2. And 5-point gainer for the New York Empire, it will be Leno. So both teams set and ready to go. And I think New York's basically just playing that matchup. They'll try to match up the cards that you think will work the best that you could. And of course, a little bit more defensive style on the Montreal side, which New York actually uses Blue 512, and a little bit of Smash Mouth offensive style to try to counteract that. We'll see how well that it's going to work out for them or not. It's both these teams trying to find a good strategy to pick up the dub today. So here we go. Front runners on the field. Red Detta and Blue 512, and Blue 512 is down. Just like that. 5-0. Le Monarques. And that now brings out Cloud Cutter for the Empire. Montreal in the lead, looking to extend on it. Almost did. Both cars able to stay alive, though. Going at it again, switching sides. And Cloud Cutter playing defense right now as they'll switch again. They got just barely enough contact that last time, just barely. And that time, good heavy contact, both cars staying up. Good spin cycle there employed by both cars. Wow, another good one there. And out of play goes Cloud Cutter. And Cloud Cutter, for being the more offensive car, is being forced to play some D here in this one. Still a 5-0 game. Monarques in the lead. And another out of play. So that one was a grazer. Sends both cars out of play. Well, one car out of play. And sent the other one to the corner. Would have been out of play if this corner wasn't here, that pad. But we continue, and almost a flip there. Cloud Cutter able to hang on. And again, Cloud Cutter having to play major defense here. Both cars able to stay up. Oh, that time, bad roll. They are resetting on that. That was a bad roll. Going at it again. That time, good collisions. They continue and can't handle the edge. You know what? You can say what you will about a car's ability to flip another car. But I will say this much. The edge of the field can be just as dangerous as the front end on an aerodynamic car, as you just seen. A good flip right here. Cloud Cutter is down, and folks, it's 10-0. The Montreal Monarques have the lead, and they are trying to open up the bakery. Are the donuts getting ready? 10-0 score here. It's all on Black Bullet 2 now for the Empire. Trying to keep his team alive. Oh, do a barrel roll. Red Detta hangs in there, and Red Detta has a good flip there. There's a little bit of space on the side here, but at the same time, bottom field or the main field takes precedence over the edge of the field, and we do have a good flip here. Black Bullet 2 is down. Donuts served for dinner. 15-0 the final, and the Montreal Monarques have a big win to get themselves to 2-0 and staying at that, well, I think they are staying in first place in the Northeast Division, but all tied for it. Of course, we've got the Detroit Devils and the Toronto Titans, who are also 1-0, so one of those teams going to be tied with Montreal here for that top spot. I wonder who it might be, but that's later. Because coming up next, we got to go to the West. We got the San Diego Lightning on the road to take on the Los Angeles Blades. Pacific Division Showdown coming up. It's the rolling on the field stands, which you now know. So on to it. Lightning and Blades. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards, we move to a Pacific Division Showdown. It's a battle in SoCal right now about to happen. The San Diego Lightning on the road looking to go 2-0. They'll be taking on the 4-time world champs, the Los Angeles Blades. The Blades, of course, 0-1, trying to bounce back from that loss that they took on opening day. They were in the season opener, took a L against the defending world champs. So now they're on the home side of the field, looking to open their, the home opener, looking to do it right? Get a win here and get back on the right track. Of course, Lightning would love to steal one. Start over. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Ready for the next one here. Pacific Division Showdown about to take place. And what a rivalry. Southern California's very own San Diego Lightning on the road looking to go 2-0, taking on the 4-time world champs, the Los Angeles Blades. The Blades are 0-1, though, looking to try to bounce back from losing in that season opener against the Chicago Wind Attack. Tough game day going on the road to play the defending champs on opening day, but they came up just a bit short. We'll see how they do here. Both teams are ready. Let's get a look at the lineup. Starting with the visiting San Diego Lightning. It's going to be Zach leading the way for them here today. Following them out there, it is going to be Synchro. At the captain spot for the Lightning, it is going to be Futurama, and that 5-point gainer, the rookie, Neon Vantage. Now to the home side, it is going to be Ratitude Jr. leading things off for the Los Angeles Blades. Following him out there will be Pink Indy Jr. After Pink Indy Jr., it is going to be Grelina, and at 5-point gainer, it will be Padawan. Two league op teams set to go head-to-head here today in this one. Of course, so the LA Blades, at one time they had some team owners, man, and they've had some great team owners, but Alex did not establish agency last year. So That's the tough one there. But nonetheless, 2 championships with Matt Hughes back in the day, and then 2 with Alex, winning it back-to-back in 2014 and 2015. But both the front runners on the field ready to go for this one here. So, Zap versus Ratitude Jr. Here we go. Game is on. Both cars stay up and switch sides here. And do a little spin cycle, but not able to pop back up here. Ratitude Jr. has a good flip. Make it 5-0 Blades. That will now bring out Synchro for the Lightning. Synchro looking to tie it. Of course, Ratitude Jr. looking for more. Make it more. 10-0. Thank you, mister. Can I have another? Is what the LA Blaze would definitely want, as they look to get the bakery going. I mean, we already had 1 shutout today and already on our way. 10-0 game here. Blades looking to end it. Ratitude Jr. now taking on Futurama. And Futurama, he's a good defensive car. But I think Ratitude Jr., he's got some offense in store, really, and could be a problem here for Futurama. But so far, Futurama getting some good hits. Playing well, just trying to hang in there, and ooh, this is a good long-lasting battle here. Almost ended right there. Switching sides. Oh, both cars able to stay up, and look at this. Futurama starting to break apart. I don't know if you can see that, folks. I went ahead and zoom in on that little piece of debris hanging off of him. We'll see how that reacts. And he goes flying right there. This is a piece of debris off in the corner of the field now, and can't handle the edge. 15-0. Thank you, Ratitude Jr. Getting it done. A 3-0 day for him, and what a performance. Flat out. Breaking his opponent, getting the flip, and a 15-0 day while the LA Knight theme song just blasts from the background. Well, not blast, but, you know. Gotta still be able to hear myself talk, you know. Anyway. But we got a few more matchups. We're halfway through this second day of action here. Atlantic Division Showdown coming up. The Philadelphia Demons on the road to do battle with the Tampa Bay Gators. Classic rivalry with those 2 teams, so it should be a fun one. Of course, if the ruling on the field stands and that flip is good. So, but that being said, stay tuned because there's more action coming up. Welcome back, Smash Heads. We move on to a game between 2 teams. The 2 teams that have dominated the Eastern Conference now for just a little over more than a decade at this point. I mean, let's just run down the line of Eastern Conference champions, right? And you're going to find these teams a lot. 2013 Eastern Conference champions, the Philadelphia Demons. 2015, 16, and 17 Eastern Conference champions, the Tampa Bay Gators. 2019 Eastern Conference champions, the Philadelphia Demons. 2020 Eastern Conference champs, the Tampa Bay Gators. 2021 and 2022 Eastern Conference champions, the Philadelphia Demons. And 2023 Eastern Conference champions, the Tampa Bay Gators. So, needless to say, these 2 teams have a habit of just getting to the Crash Bowl quite frequently. We've got the Philadelphia Demons and Tampa Bay Gators, if you couldn't tell, right? And they're about to go head-to-head. First of 2 meetings they'll have this year. Of course, divisional rivals set to just bash here. And it should be a fun one. That being said, let's get a look at the lineup. I think we piped this up enough, just with statistics, right? Golden Rat is going to be the car leading the way for Philadelphia today. Following him out there, it's going to be Purple Custom. To the captain spot, it's going to be Silver Molina. And at 5-point gainer, it will be Sonic Boom for the Demons. To the home side of the field, going to be Ratified leading the way for the Tampa Bay Gators. That is Ratified. Emphasize that. The rookie Night Trap is at the middleman spot. The captain spot is going to be 47 Ronin. Some fresh tapes put on him to get some repairs done. And should be good to go for this one. At 5-point gainer for Brandon Kuma's Gators, it is going to be all. So we got Shane Geyser's Demons, And, of course, the Tampa Bay Gators, Brandon Kuma's team there, both looking for a win today. Of course, Philadelphia really got dominated there on opening day. The Detroit Devils beating them 15-0. And the Tampa Bay Gators, on the other hand, able to get a win on the road in Boston to start their season. But nonetheless, both teams set and ready for this matchup to begin. And, you ever hear that story, the tale of, the Tale of Two Cities, it's Shakespeare? You got the Tale of Two Cars, Golden Rat and Ratified. You wouldn't know it if you didn't know, or if I didn't tell you, but these two cars are the same exact model of car. Just a little different customizations after damages and repairs to get them where they are, but Ratified, I would say, it's had much more success in the league since their inception or coming into it. And right here, Ratified taking down Golden Rat. I think Golden Rat was wanting to establish a better start here, especially against the car that, he's often been looked upon as sort of the second fiddle, so to speak. But he plays second fiddle again. It's 5-0 Tampa Bay. Of course, that's why Philly went after him to get a car like Ratified. It's not working out so far. They trail here. And, almost a flip there. Purple Custo and Ratified here. And Ratified has another flip. Are we going to see a third straight shutout today? We've had 2 in a row already. And, crazier things have happened in this world. We got Silver Molina looking to keep the Demons alive. It's a 10-0 game. And Philly trying to avoid getting shut out for the first 2 weeks of the season. I mean, at that point, that's where this is. So Philly really trying to hang out, and it's 15-0. Ratified is on point. 15-0 scores. He gets 3 flips here today. Silver Molina on his side, and Shane Geiser's Philadelphia Demons, I think they got to be concerned at this point. This is 2 straight weeks that they've been shut out, and it's the first 2 weeks of the year. That's right, the Demons, amazingly, 4-time world champions, have yet to score a single point or flip. However you want to say it, they have not scored a single flip in 2024 as of yet. Of course, not counting preseason, right? But a huge win for the Gators over their division rivals, and for the Philadelphia Demons. Is there cause for panic at this point? We can only follow this as the season goes along. Of course, if the flip stands, right, every game-ending flip gets reviewed automatically, and now you know the answer. But coming up next, speaking of the Detroit Devils, they are looking to go to 2-0 and stay at the top of the stands with these here Gators. And they're taking on another team that's looking to get 2-0, and that'd be the Toronto Titans. And that matchup is next. Titans-Devils. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we move. Not many games left here in week 2. And, 3 shutouts in a row. And, hey, they happen, right? I mean, we've had a bunch of 15-10s, a bunch of overtime games, right? Well, a few overtime games. But we had a lot of 15-10s last week. Well, 15-0 is just the score of the day today, I guess you could say. But maybe this game will break us out of that and we'll get a close one here. We'll find out. The Toronto Titans, they're 1-0 on the road to take on the Detroit Devils, another team that is 1-0. They have been dominant, this Devils team. Snowbat, just a pleasant surprise for them how well this car has performed. And you see him at the front runner spot yet again. He scored a shutout right there. I believe he was the one that scored a shutout in that preseason tournament final. Yeah, he's also the one that scored the shutout against Philadelphia in week 1. And I'm trying to think if he was even the car that might have scored that shutout against Seattle, too, in the preseason tournament semifinal. Needless to say, you got a Detroit Devils team that has not been scored on in the past 3 games that they have played. They'll try to continue that here today. Of course, the Titans off to a good start, wanting to keep it going. So let's get a look at their lineup. So 1-0, Toronto Titans leading the way with the rookie Green Cutter. Follow him out there. It is going to be X-Wing. At the captain spot for Toronto, it's going to be Rocket Power, and that 5-point gainer is Mirror for the Titans. Now to the home side, the Detroit Devils looking for another big game here. Snowbat, obviously, leading the way. The rookie has been getting it done as of late. See if he can do it again. Following him out there, one of the most dangerous offensive cars in the league. That is V-Dub at that middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Spec-Type for the Devils, and that 5-point gainer, it will be Blue BMW with his smash mouth offensive style there. Probably the heaviest car on the team, sitting at the back there. So both teams ready to go. And you know what? Maybe V-Dub's a little bit heavier. I got all the information there, but I'm not going to bother digging it up, I don't think. Over time, we'll find out, right? We start doing those intros and all those fancy graphics and stuff. All right, what the heck? Just for you folks, go on ahead and we'll see. Who is heavier? V-Dub, 48 grams. Blue BMW, 41 grams. So Blue BMW is actually not even as heavy as Snowbat. So he used to have a little tungsten putty weight in him, but, well, actually it wasn't tungsten putty. It was actually a solid tungsten that we actually put in the back seat. But, it flew out. This didn't stay there, Tungsten flying around. What the heck, But here we go. We've got the Detroit Devils and the Toronto Titans smashing off here. And, their matchup with two rookies. And on the first collision, Green Cutter is out of play. Still a scoreless game. And we continue here. Green Cutter able to stay up, as is Snowbat. And Snowbat's down this time, and that's the first points scored against Detroit this year. The score, 5-0. Toronto in the lead. They will now bring out V-Dub for the Devils. So Toronto trying to get tied with Montreal at the top of this Northeast Division. The other two undefeated Northeast Division teams going head-to-head right now. And, that's a big one, and that's a good flip right there. You see, both cars ended up sandwiched here along the side of the field. But V-Dub tying this game up as the rookie Green Cutter goes down. Of course, I don't know if you can see from that edge, but there's clearly a lot of white there. And that's where that white is, that white and with the blue with the light. I don't know if you can see that edge too well, but nonetheless, clear shot of it, clear look at it. There was no mesh break there. We've got a tie game. All even at 5 here. That now brings out X-Wing to try to compete with V-Dub. V-Dub, like I said, one of the best offensive cars in the league, just like that. 10-5 Detroit. And my. Get your 8 slices ready. We got some deep dish going here. Serving it up is V-Dub. And the Detroit Devils have a 10-5 lead now, looking for the win. Of course, more of the defensive side here. This is Rocket Power trying to even it up for the Toronto Titans. And both cars able to stay alive. They'll go at it yet again. And, able to hang on. V-Dub a little shaky. That time there was definitely no roll. I just sensed them going astray right off the bat, so I stopped them. And, I don't know how these cars both stayed up right there, but they switched sides, and we got a tie collision here. Both cars down. And I can even tell from here that he was not touching the mesh, and we do have a double flip right here. Both cars down, and you know what that does? It keeps Toronto in the game. So, Titans fans, yes, I'm telling you, you got a chance here. It's up to Mirror, though. Mirror trying to force overtime. Spec-Type, hey, man, he's really a legend for this Detroit Devils team. Back when they were the old Roswell Aliens, Spec-Type led them to 2 Crash Bowls. Starting in his rookie season, 2011 and 2012 got to the Crash Bowl, but still, that Crash Bowl championship eludes him to this day. Could it be that time that the original Spec-Type finally wins it all? He's got a good team with him, by the looks of it. Trying to get the win here himself, though, right? So 15-10 is the score. Devils looking to end this one. Mirror trying to tie it up, send it to overtime. And, folks, we are not going to see overtime. No mas. Done. Over with right there. 15-10. The final as Mirror is down. And it is going to be the Detroit Devils getting the win here in this one. spec tight. He delivers in the clutch when he has to so many times as he's done in the past. And what do you know? He's 2-0, and now you've got the Detroit Devils and the Montreal Monarques tied at the top of the Northeast Division at 2-0. That being said, folks, we've only got one more game left. It's our Week 2 main event. It's the, of course, if the ruling on the field in this one stands, this game-winning flip, if it holds up. But it's going to be a Central Division showdown. Hunter Bradshaw trying to get his first regular season win of the year. And he'll be hosting the defending world champs, the Chicago Wind Attack, on the road to take on the Denver Mustangs. It's next. And we are back, Smash Heads. It's finally time for our Week 2 main event here in this 2024 regular season. We've got the Denver Mustangs home here today, looking to get on the winning track, losing a heartbreaker against the Phoenix Firebirds. Really a huge upset last week, as Denver really struggled on the edges of this field, and that really kind of was their doom, I think, as they look to bounce back here. But not going to be an easy task. One of the best teams in the league. Of course, I say you could call yourself the best team in the league when you are the defending world champions. Jim Holt Sr. Chicago Wind Attack looking to get that 2-0 start. And kind of important and sort of vital at this point of the season. Houston and San Antonio have already fallen to 0-2, but Kansas City and Mexico City are both off to a 2-0 start. So this matchup is huge. We got a 1-0 Chicago team, an 0-1 Denver team, and of course Denver, if you're thinking about that division title race, this kind of in the early going here, an early divisional game, kind of that comes up big. And I guess, hey, at least you're getting the world champs out of the way right at the very beginning of the year, right? Because I think they play in another 2 weeks. We have the reverse of this week, pretty much. Anyways. Or if it's not a complete reverse, almost a complete reverse. But let's get a look at the lineups for the defending world champion Chicago Wind Attack. It's Lancia who will lead things off for Chicago today. At the middleman spot, it's going to be Blue Dragon. At the captain spot for the defending world champs, that is Hot Indy. And at 5-point gainer, it's going to be Battle for the Wind Attack. Now to the home side, we got the Denver Mustangs leading the way with Blue Dragon 2 at the middleman spot. It is going to be Highlight. At the captain spot for Hunter Bradshaw's Denver Mustangs, it is going to be Hammer Jr. And at 5-point gainer, it is going to be Vendetta for Denver. So both teams set and ready to go for this one. So we'll get the back three off the field for both sides. As both teams got some defense for the 5-point gainer spot today. And a little bit of offense and everything else up at the front three. And we'll see who it works out for. But both the front runners on the field ready for this one to go. We've got Lancia. We've got Blue Dragon 2 to the best in the league. And here we go. Game is on, and a tie collision is going to start things off. Lancia and Blue Dragon 2 taking each other out. And we've got a tie game, all even at 5, as that will bring out the next two here. Blue Dragon 2, or my mistake, Blue Dragon 1 and Highlight. So the original Blue Dragon taking on Highlight here. Highlight able to stay alive. And we keep this match going. And again, Highlight just seems a little outweighed here as he hangs on yet again. So hanging on, keeping going here. Highlight staying in this fight as he stays in, and again able to keep himself up here. Match continuing between these two. So far, it's all Blue Dragon 2 getting the good chances here. I call him Blue Dragon 2. I meant to say Blue Dragon, but Blue Dragon has a good flip right there, and Highlight just struggled against a card that's, I think, a little bit heavier, and Highlight might need some weight. Might need some weight inserted because he was really getting tossed there. But nonetheless, 10-5. The wind attack in the lead, look to put it away. Hammer Jr. trying to tie it up for Denver here. So here they go, and almost a flip right there. They'll go at it some more here, and this time, a good collision, but I think we have a mesh break. Is he making... Oh, that is close, folks. That is close. Now, Hammer Jr. is up here, but I'm just kind of hands off at this point. I don't think that he's making contact. If he is, it's just barely. And we're going to see right here, I've got a piece of paper. Man, I don't know if this camera angle, I don't know if this is going to do the justice needed. But if I can slide paper in there without making that contact, oh, this is very close. I think I see some light in between there. And you know what? I can get a piece of paper in between and not have that car move at all. Well, now it just sort of did because I'm trying to get a different angle, folks. But yeah, there is a sliver of space in between there, and honestly, we're talking maybe fractions of a millimeter here. And you know what, folks? I'm going to go on ahead and try to get this camera down here, or at least get it closer so you can see for yourself. So I'm going to keep the Coyote cam rolling and actually get the main camera down so I can take this photo. So we are back from that, folks, and you can just see how close it was. I mean, my goodness, very close, but it is going to count. We have a good flip here, and the Mustangs have indeed tied this game at 10 apiece, as now we got the two captains out there, Hot Indy and, of course, Hammer Jr. squaring off, and this time, ooh, a little clip shot by Hammer Jr. Saves himself on the edge. They'll switch sides here. Go at it some more. Both cars again able to stay alive. Going at it again. Again, both cars staying up. And this time, a tie collision. And we are heading to overtime here in our Week 2 main event. How do you like that one? Both of these teams going to be taking points away from this game. They're, of course, both wanting 3 points here for the win. But we've got the defense out here now. And, you know, you just kind of wonder, what if you got this matchup in the Crash Bowl last year? Because, of course, Vendetta played for the Boston Vandals, who lost in the Eastern Conference Final. You got to wonder what would have happened if Boston had played Chicago in the Crash Bowl. But nonetheless, a little bit of that question might get answered because you got Vendetta, the former Vandal, and, of course, Battle out here to match up here in overtime. Tied at 15, and here we go. And both cars stay up on the first collision. Going at it again, and Battle is down. And it's the Denver Mustangs who come out on top. 20-15 is the final. And how do you like that? Hunter Bradshaw, welcome to the win column in 2024 as he gets his first regular season win of the year here today. And, you know, again, by millimeters, the Denver Mustangs, and I'm going to say by millimeters, they beat the defending world champs by fractions of a millimeter. There. That's how you report it in the papers tomorrow if you were going to do so. But what a game. We were treated to a spectacular match. Chicago does gain a point, so they are at 4 points in the standings. So they will remain ahead of the Denver Mustangs for third place. Denver will move up in the fourth with 3 points of their own. And at the top of the Central Division, it will be Kansas City and Mexico City, both of them tied at 2-0. Well, that does it, folks. Of course, the rule on the field stands, right? But until next time, until Week 3, we're going to have more info about it in the outro here. Until then, James Holst Jr. here, hoping that you enjoyed this presentation of the Car Demolition League, hoping that you'll like and subscribe, and join us again all season long. We're going to be rocking throughout the whole summer, all the way to September, and Crash Bowl 28. But until next week, much love. Take care of yourselves. Be yourselves as always. Peace.